They don't have to, they choose to put this sticker on their milk. They want the public to ask questions. Brendan says he knows PFAS contamination has a way of coming back. He worries that another farm's contaminated feed could taint his herd all over again.
Yeah, and for more, we do want to welcome in Farmer Brendan Holmes of Misty Brook Farm. It is such a pleasure to see you again. Thank you so much for making the time tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me more. Yeah, tell me more about this. I know integrity is really everything for you. Tell me about the moment that you found out, that you and Keisha found out the milk was contaminated, because you were not required to tell everyone about this or to immediately shut down operations. Did you hesitate for a moment on what you were going to do?
No, we didn't. People suggested that we shouldn't maybe test our milk, but we did not want to sell any product that could be potentially contaminated. So we tested our milk, and it came back contaminated. And we told our team that what had happened, and then went straight to telling all of our customers and pulling all of our products, not just the milk, but all of our meats and eggs and everything we produced was immediately pulled from the shelves.
And like so many farmers, just sort of in free fall, right? I know that Keisha, your wife, describes it as firefighting, just survival mode this period of time, taking out a $70,000+ loan, trying to get a new herd, just trying to clean this farm. What is your message to the chemical companies who produced these cancer-linked chemicals to begin with and released it into our world?
Well, I mean, it was definitely a lot for us to deal with at the time. I generally focus on what I can control. I can't control DuPont and these chemical companies deciding that they're going to knowingly poison millions of Americans with a product that they produce. What I can control is the elimination of these forever chemicals from all of the food that we produce. So at least the Americans who are eating the food we produce are eating uncontaminated, healthy food. That's what I can control. I wish that some of these chemical companies would have a similar moral compass to a lot of the farmers who their actions have contaminated.
I hear that. What is your message to the EPA, meanwhile? This is still happening in 48 states. It seems like it really is coming down to the states. The EPA has not banned sludging, and it does not require the testing of sludge for forever chemicals still before it's spread on fields. Any message, any hope for action from the EPA?
Well, if the EPA hasn't done anything yet and doesn't plan on doing anything, I'm not entirely sure why they exist.
Tell me more.
Because is it not their job to make sure that the food that we eat is safe to eat? And they've known about this since the early 2000s, late 90s. They've known about it for 20 years and haven't done anything. And if they haven't done anything in 20 years, I don't expect, I would like to think that they would do something finally, but they're not doing their jobs.
Brendan, I hear you. I want to point out that through incredible efforts, you did manage to get your milk down to non-detect levels. You did manage to start selling again, and I'm so happy to hear about that. I know that it does keep you up at night, that if there is a drought or something like that and you have to buy tractor trailers full of feed for your cows from another farm, you won't be able to verify that that farm wasn't sludged, that there isn't contamination that'll enter your farm all over again. With the time we have, I do want to ask you about Fred Stone, one of the farmers we highlighted. He was told, like so many farmers, he was doing his civic duty by spreading this sludge fertilizer on his land. He found out his land was contaminated with forever chemicals. He had to kill 80% of his cows, $1.5 million in debt. How many farmers do you feel will find themselves in this situation, and is there enough being done?
Well, I think, as Fred said very well in your documentary, farmers voluntarily testing their milk, you're basically forcing yourself into bankruptcy. So nobody in their right mind is going to do that. So I don't really know. I think that at the end of the day, the consumers need to demand that all of the milk that is on the shelf in the grocery store has been tested. And then over time, everyone will end up needing to test. But it seems like I totally understand why other dairy farmers don't want to test.
There is no safety net to catch them. There's just bankruptcy waiting for them.
The DIP program from the federal government, the Dairy Indemnity Program, but it took us 11 months to get payments from that program. And most businesses, especially dairy farms, are not able to cash flow with zero income for 11 months.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.